Rajat, Ian Bishop and Danny Morrison here, commiserations. Rajat, you won at Eden Gardens, you won at the Chippuck, you won at the Wankity. What's the challenge of winning here at home so far?
I think it's the way we have seen the wicket earlier. I think that was quite different. We thought, I think it will be a nice batting trick, but at the end, I think we have not batted well.
Do you think in a way is a case to be possibly, just possibly, a little overconfident given how well you've done away and then come back to this place?
I don't think so, because every batsman is in a good frame of mind. I think everyone has shown the proper intent, but at the end, I think 80 for 1 and then straight away 90 for 4. I think that is not acceptable on this trick. You have a nice batting lineup, so I think we have lack in assessing the situation and condition.
On a positive note, Rajat, someone like Tim David is giving you some nice little efforts at the back end this season.
I think that was a positive sign for us. I think the way Tim David has accelerated at the end, I think that was really amazing. And one more thing, I think the power play, I think the way fast bowlers is bowled, I think that was really special.
As you move off now, I think you go to Jaipur now. How do you get the guy? Would you need to get the guys up, given your away record is so good?
We are not keeping the things in our mind that our away records are good, but I think the one simple thing, we have to play a good cricket.
Rajat, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Would like to invite now Axar Patel, the winning captain, Delhi Capitals. ये सोचा था आपने 4 में से 4 ऐसा स्टार्ट?
नहीं, अगर 3 में 3 जीत गए थे तो अभी सोचा था कि 4 में 4 हो सकता है. सो या ऑब्वियसली जिस तरह से टीम खेल रही है और सब लोग कि कॉन्फिडेंस भी लग रहे हैं. सो 4 में से 4 ऑब्वियसली अच्छा लगता है.
अच्छा, आज जो बॉलिंग आपने जिस तरीके से बॉलर्स को रोटेट किया थोड़ा सा अलग था. 3 स्पिन के ओवर्स डलवाए पहले 6 में, लास्ट में भी स्पिनर डलवाए, तो वो थोड़ा सा टैक्टिक के बारे में बताया, स्ट्रैटेजी के बारे में.
नहीं, ऑब्वियसली जैसे हम मैचअप की बात करते हैं और कि हम देखते हैं कि कौन सा विकेट में से क्या हो रहा है. और मैं यही चाहता था कि पहले ये लोग फास्ट बॉलर को ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं, तो मैं यही सोच रहा था कि ज़्यादा फास्ट बॉलर नहीं डलवाने. और उसके बाद जब मैंने बॉल डाला तो उसके बाद थोड़ा बॉल रुक रहा था, थोड़ा बाउंस भी मिल रहा था. तो मैंने सोचा कि इस पावर प्ले में स्पिनर को मारना थोड़ा ज़्यादा मुश्किल है, और इसलिए वो सब किया. और उसके बाद जैसे जैसे टीम जाती हम ओवर डालते रहे, उसके बाद और भी थोड़ा री-स्पिनर का और घूम रहा था. और या वो 19 ओवर थोड़ा ज़्यादा टैक्टिकली हो गया, बट इट्स ओके, जीत गए तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
सब माफ है. आपने री स्पिनर्स की बात की, दोनों ने, विपराज और कुलदीप, बहुत शानदार बॉल डाला उन्होंने.
या ऑब्वियसली जिस तरह से वो बॉल डाल रहे हैं और आप विपराज के, कुलदीप है ही इतने साल से खेल रहा है, वो कर रहा है, बट ऑब्वियसली कंसिस्टेंट करना बहुत ही आईपीएल इतना बड़ा मंच है, प्रेशर भी रहता है, लगातार करना बहुत ही अच्छी बात है. लेकिन मैं विपराज की बात करना चाहूँगा. पहले 2 मैच में थोड़ा उसको ऐसा प्रेशर लग रहा था. उसके बाद जिस तरह से उसने कमबैक किया, लास्ट मैच में जिस तरह से बॉलिंग डाला, आज भी जब 18वां ओवर मैंने दिया तो ही इज़ कॉन्फिडेंट कि हाँ मैं डालूंगा भैया. सो यही है कि डे बाय डे वो इम्प्रूव हो रहा है, और अगर कैप्टन को भरोसा देता है तो उससे बड़ी बात ही अच्छी कोई नहीं है.
चलिए अब थोड़ा केएल राहुल की बात करें. ओपन करवा लो, बीच में खिलवा लो, क्या है क्या?
आई थिंक मेरे लिए बहुत ही ईजी जॉब हो जाती है कि एक प्लेयर ऐसा हो कि वो सिचुएशन में मैं भी रह चुका हूँ, कि मुझे पता है कि प्रेशर सिचुएशन में जब आपको फ्लोटर की तरह यूज़ किया जाता है, बट ऑब्वियसली एज अ बैट्समैन आपकी जब पोजीशन चेंज होती है तो मुझे पता है कि बहुत ही इतना इजी नहीं होता है कि आप ओपनिंग खेल रहे हो, नया बॉल खेल रहे हो, उसके बाद मिडल में आके ये करना. बट मेरे लिए तो आई थिंक ऐसा प्लेयर टीम में होना बहुत ही अच्छी बात है. और जिस तरह से आज भी कि मैं ख़राब शॉट मार के आउट हुआ, उस टाइम पे ज़रूरत नहीं थी. उसके बाद मैच्योर इनिंग खेला, उसके बाद स्टफ के साथ वो लेके गया और फिनिश किया. आई थिंक बहुत ही चैम्पियंस ट्रॉफी से जो फॉर्म में है वो आई थिंक कैरी कर रहा है.
चलिए, कंग्रेचुलेशंस और ऑल द बेस्ट अक्सर.
थैंक यू सो मच.
Axar Patel, Delhi Capitals captain. Now it's time to invite KL Rahul to collect the Player of the Match award from Mr. Dinesh Kumar Kota and Mr. Rajesh Menon. outstanding performance tonight. 93, not out, 53. Back-to-back Player of the Match awards for him. Well played again, back-to-back Player of the Matches, but obviously in a different position. But I thought that run chase was always going to be tactical with that kind of a surface. So talk us through that innings of yours.
Yeah, it was a slightly tricky wicket, but I think what helped me is just being behind the stumps for 20 overs and just watching how the wicket played. And I knew from wicket keeping, I figured there was the ball sat in the wicket a little bit, but it was consistent throughout. It wasn't two pace, it was one pace, and it just sat in the wicket a little bit. So I knew what my shots are, so just wanted to get off to a good start, be aggressive initially, and then assess it from there, and that's what I did.
You mentioned about your shots. So what are the shots that you wanted to play and wanted to avoid on this surface?
Yeah, again, it depends on the conditions and the ground and the dimension and all of that stuff. But on a wicket like this, I knew what my pockets were to if I was going or if I was trying to hit a big six. I knew what pockets to target, and like I said, wicket keeping just gave me a bit of a feeler for how the other batters played and where they were dismissed and where were they able to hit sixes. So just those cues from behind the stumps really helped me, and just getting a few balls in. Got lucky with the drop catch, and yeah, this is my ground, this is my home. I know this better than anybody else. So I enjoyed playing here.
It's the other important thing, and we were talking about it on comms as well, because you practice to hit those big sixes and power hitting and all that stuff, and then suddenly a match like this comes, and then you need to change your game a little bit. How difficult or how challenging is that?
Look, something that I've always done with my preparation is to, whenever I go into practice, whatever kind of wicket that is, I try to adapt to that wicket and see how I can play on that wicket, even if it's practice. I'll put myself under pressure. If it's a wicket that is turning, I'll see where my shots are, what my shots are. I obviously experiment in practice and get out a couple of times, but at least it'll give me a fair idea where I can target what pockets. Like I said, I keep talking about pockets, but what areas can I target for boundaries? What are my six hitting options? Where are my singles? So stuff like that. So if I've always done that. Whenever I walked into training, I don't just go there and bat for hours and hours and keep slogging. I do that sometimes as well when I feel like I'm not getting flow and a rhythm, but generally it's always like how can I master playing on different wickets, and that I think becomes second nature to you when you go into the middle.
Well, thank you for those insights. All the very best again for the rest of the season. Keep going, mate.
Thank you. Yeah.
KL Rahul, the Player of the Match, as DC still remain unbeaten.